I know prank calls are loads of fun. I know it's funny to hear, "Hello? Hello?" on the other end of the phone while you stay dead quiet. The calls I got were something else though. It's almost if I can hear each and every one of them in my head, even after all this time. Years. I've never told anyone. Who would believe me? The first call was just silence on the other end. I repeated, "Hello?" a few times before killing the call. I thought perhaps the other person had realized they had dialed the wrong number after not recognizing my voice. When I removed the phone from my ear, the call was still ongoing. After I had ended it, in the middle of putting my phone back in my pocket, it rang again. The same number. This time there was an unsettling gurgling sound on the other end, followed by what sounded like someone coughing or choking. It actually made my hair stand on and freaked me out. "Hello? Who the hell is this?" I asked. There was a long silence before I jumped at the sudden laughter on the other end. I was furious. "Hey, fuck you! That shit isn't funny. Now stop calling me." The call ended and I put my phone away. It was just goddamn kids fucking with me. I blocked the number and left it at that. A few days later, I got another call, and it made me suddenly less certain about the first call. "Hello?" Silence. "Hell, there's eyes on your windows, on your doors, in your head." "What?" I asked, taken aback. It was a soft, slow voice on the other end. It sounded male, but I wasn't sure. It had an unnatural tone to it, as if it might have been a recording or something of that sort. "You're the one who listens, the privileged one," said the voice. "Look, you can cut the shit. I'm not playing your weird games. Get a life," I said, ending the call. I was thoroughly creeped out, but I was also annoyed that I had to be the random victim of this weird joke. I had enough stress already. I had just lost my job and was living with my mother, and I did not need more crap to fill my head. I ended up mentioning it to my mom, and she didn't seem too concerned. She just said what I had thought at first: kids playing pranks. It seemed to be the right explanation. So why did I not feel one bit better? A while after that, it got worse. I began to receive daily calls from random numbers. They were mostly just silence with occasional thumps and scraping sounds, and what sounded like breathing. At one horrible moment, I thought I heard a dog whimpering in the background, followed by another thump, then silence. The weirdness was really starting to get to me. My mom suggested that I change my number, and I remember considering it. But I was busy looking for work and I couldn't just change my number. Upon reflection, I should have done just that. It got a lot more serious when I received my second to last call. It was in the middle of the night. I was fast asleep when the phone rang. The voice on the other end spoke before I could. "Do you see? We are here to pass on a message." "What? Who are you?" I asked stupidly. I was still half asleep. I sat up, and at the same moment, my heart stopped when I saw something outside my window. There, across the street, stood a figure who was obscured by shadows, just out of reach of the nearest streetlight. I could see dim light by where their head should have been, and was horrified to realize it was someone on a cell phone. Someone most probably talking to me. "What do you want from me?" I asked in a weak voice. "We want you to listen, and you will." "Listen to what? I've listened to all the weird shit you've been pulling. Isn't it enough? Can't you just leave me alone?" "Not yet," said the voice. The call ended. I stared at my phone for a while before putting it down. I would have never been able to sleep again that night, so I decided to get up and read. Before I could put on the light, my phone rang again. Angrily, I snatched it up and answered, ready to yell at them. but I was cut off by ear-piercing screams blaring through the phone. Someone was screaming in terror and pain, and I was frozen in fear, my mouth open, listening to the horrific sounds on the other end. I couldn't tear myself away as the screaming intensified, mingled with a whole bunch of metallic thumping sounds and what sounded like splattering liquid. I listened, transfixed, as the screaming died away and was replaced with high-pitched maniacal laughter and the awful sounds of someone vomiting. The call ended, leaving me stunned. The final, true horror hit me when I slowly took the phone away from my ear and saw the caller ID. Mom.